Alright, we should be back. I think we should be back. I think this should fix the issue that I've been having, but I'm not sure. Like, might be a bit of an anticlimactic stream where I'm just going to stop in a couple minutes and grab a beer. The table is visible now. I hope that this works, but we'll see. Okay, man. There's a delay on, so I'm not entirely sure, but it should be a couple minutes. Then we'll go live, and I hope the mic issue is also fixed, because I did a recording and then it was fine. So hopefully we can basically get this sorted and stream some poker. Okay. Praying for the best here. Okay. Alright, I'm hopeful that this will work and this will fix the issues. I'm trying to open some tables here. The plan was to have a few sessions streamed this week already, but this is going to be the first stream that I'm going to be doing. It's been quite busy in the CFP. I've been doing a lot of things that I didn't anticipate I would be doing this week, which is how it goes sometimes. And then there were other things that I wanted to finish as well, so yeah, it's not ideal, but that's life. Okay, we got 3 tables running right now. Trying to open a 4th one. And then hopefully in the meantime, my OBS won't break again and we get to actually stream some poker. Let's see, am I live? I should be live roughly right now. Let me see if I can refresh here. We're going to range bet here. I think we are live. Let me know if the audio is alright. Although probably... Wait, you're kidding, right? can see the table. Okay, fuck, I was like... okay, I'm scared for a second there. I didn't see a table. Just on the background. Ah, fuck, the table's gone again. Fucking hell. That's so tilting. I have no idea why this happens. I'm not sure if I'm able to fix it right now. Randomly the table disappears and OBS isn't loading the table anymore. So both are high performance. Display capture. Okay, I'm going to try something else now. Capture method. Dear Lord. Let's see, can I deactivate? I don't think I can. Is it working? Okay. No, I don't think it is. I feel like it has to be a GG issue because I can grab any other. Like if I put this here and so yeah, it is definitely a GG issue. I'm going to close this table. So weird. He can't see the table. I can see the table, right? But like you can't see the table right now. It randomly disappears mid stream. It has to be. Okay, settings, graphics. This is tilting. Restart your PC. Ah, dear Lord. I want to kill myself. Audio is fine. annoying thing is I'm also like working on something else. So if I reset my PC, that will be like the process will have to be cancelled. I have fucking no idea what this. I don't know. Same GPU, okay. Oh yeah, wait, man. Okay. Okay. Sure. I will reply and then I'll reset my PC. The doc.pork file, it wasn't doc.pork file. It was, I opened it and it loaded a Discord profile. I couldn't really open it, but like it's basically a link to a Discord profile. I think like I used to be in contact with someone named Dog. I think at some point I just either accidentally or intentionally for whatever reason had this thing where I had it I linked his profile. Anyway, the cheat codes I won't share. It says do not share, so it's kind of funny. I just wanted to keep that in the back end, and then maybe by accident you guys would see it, or like if the table drops or whatever, and you'd be like, what the fuck is that? But no, I can't see my tables anymore, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Let me see if I can okay, so let me see if I can fix this. I've already okay. Ah, wait. No, that can't be it, right? Like, I'll reset my PC. It might have to do with the Python script that I opened before, but that's no longer open anymore. Is Python running in the background? Maybe that's it. Is Python running? Super annoying this. Maybe it's because of Python. But I don't have any Python running, I think. So here we are trying to fix this issue. Is Python running? No, I don't think it is. I'm not sure. I've been doing some coding earlier, so I might have to do something with that, but can't figure it out. Okay, I'm tempted to just reset my PC and then it should work better. Going to give it one more try, guys. I'm sorry, like I'm not sure why it randomly is not showing GG anymore, but it's also like my hotkeys are also not working. So for some reason, at some point, I don't know, it feels like GG is triggering something with a program that I've got running, and then it realizes, hey, wait, they're trying to, yeah, I don't know. Sure. Trying to close some backdoor programs right now. Trying to see if I can prevent me from restarting. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so Python is running so annoying. I've run Python today. It's like I guess it has to do with Python because there's something on Reddit that says something along those lines. But Python is not running, so Jupiter. Dear Lord, just want to stream something. I feel like it has to do with Python. I've had this before. I ran Python. This has been one of those weeks where you're just like busy. Like I mentioned this in like the earlier version of the stream, which I had to quit for the same reason, that I wanted to stream more this week, but I was busy doing a lot of other stuff that randomly popped up that I needed to take care of. And it's kind of like this, where you're like, I want to play poker right now and stream a session, but for some reason I can't. Okay, I'm just going to close all the different processes that might interfere with it. Yeah, I'm guessing that this might play a role, but I guess like this might be the culprit. Okay, I'm just going to end this. Okay. I think this might have been the solution, but who the fuck knows? Let's see if I open GG again. We run it as administrator. Okay. Man. Okay. Okay, we're going to try again. If this doesn't work, I am going to reset my PC because I've been doing some vibe coding earlier today. I'm pretty sure that that's the reason why it won't show tables. Okay, the table, this table you can see, I'm just going to open sit. I hope that it will keep running. I think what happens is GG recognize some sort of a tool in the background that has potentially the ability to screen scrape its tables, and then it removes those. Let me see if I can... Sure. It should be... Okay. Trying to like close all the tasks that might potentially interfere with GG. Good Lord. Do you think 100-0 or 200-0 is beatable before rakeback? I think so, but I think it will be really hard. It's not easy. Like Gary is beating GG Russian Cash pre-rakeback. I would guess that it's somewhere around 10% of the pool that beats it before rakeback. Oh god, is it gone again? Oh no, wait, okay, it's not gone again. Jesus. Like, I'm getting paranoid because I can see the YouTube screen sometimes, and then I see no table. And I'm like, okay, is this because there's no table running right now? I'm just going to what? Maybe TeamViewer. Didn't even know I had TeamViewer installed, but okay. Just going to screen dump everything. Okay. I think we should be good, but I don't know for how long. It's turning out one of the shittiest streams up until now. Okay, I think we should be good. Let's see if we can open some more tables. Like, the most annoying solution would be I have to reset my PC. Yeah, that would be annoying. That would be really annoying. All right. It's been working for minutes now. I guess it had something to do with this program that I was running. Alright, min open, my 9-7 suited, let's go. It's been working for minutes now, so let's see if we can get some traction here. It's bit annoying. Usually we'd have we'd have more. Oh wait, this is working properly. Why is this not? Oh, this is so tilting. Okay, well. Yeah, I think we're good. Normally we have like around 100 viewers now. Only 25, not too surprising because you guys have been this might be a bluff in Equilibrium, to be honest. Go for it. I've played 600k hands at 50 and now on 200k hands on 200, 100, and I'm almost perfectly break even on both. Yeah, just move up. You've beaten both basically. Just move up when you've got the chance, is my advice. Like there's more money to be made at higher stakes. It's always going to be the case. If you've got a win rate at 50 and now, then and your bankroll can, like, you can move up. If the bankroll to move up, then you should move up. Like that's the. Although, like, I guess I've got the bankroll to play higher, but I'm playing 500 and also what do I know? But yeah. I guess my situation is quite unique in the sense that I'm not sure what my win rate would be, both at 500 and 2k, and I'm sort of in a shitty jurisdiction where the win rates are going to be very low anyway. So, like, me streaming this is not to actually make a ton of money, because my job is actually running the school, running the team. Doing some private coaching, and then playing poker is kind of, I guess you could say, my hobby right now rather than my main source of income. I feel like we are good now. Knock on wood, kind of. Like you, so handsome, thank you. Thank you, my man. It makes me feel good about myself. I'll tell my wife. That's 3 bets. I'm going to block bet small. Okay, let me just put myself on some waiting list. I'm at like 2 tables right now. One of them is this one, which is definitely not a profitable table. One other one where there's like, actually there might be 2 recreations sitting there. Cool. Okay. Should actually like wear it like this, I guess. Okay. I have no idea what that means, but okay. Oh wait, we play the hand here. I'm going to try to set up hotkeys at some point so that I can toggle between the screens rather than having to drag them, but okay. Did I see by the flop here that would be a bit much? Yeah, I thought it was heads up, I guess. Don't do it, you can fold. We get a quick call. Sorry man, that was kind of funny. The recreational just called calling pocket sevens. Not alive. Ah! Split pot. Everyone happy. I guess except for this dude. I'm not sure, is this a recreational? Who the fuck knows? Guess it is. I'm just going to try. I'm going to try to take a seat. Who knows? We'll see. Okay. Otherwise, we're just going to be paying a lot of rake. I'm going to check here. Because I'm just going to bet, like. I think we are going to do well here every bet. It's kind of we block folds, but I guess there's some queen jack. Queen 10. GG. Like, is he going to check back queen 7 on the flop? Ace queen, king queen, right? Like those hands all need to check back at some frequency. Alright. Let's see. We've got 37 viewers, which is quite low. But I guess it has to do with like the algorithm not pushing the stream as much because we didn't really do well in the beginning when we didn't have any tables loaded, or we had tables loaded but OBS wasn't seeing them. Oh my god. Oh dear lord. We'll call casually flop a deuce here. I guess not. Easy fold here. Alright, here we are going 3-bet versus the guy that just called us down very lightly. So let's see, potentially, I feel like we're going to win a jackpot here. Don't think so. Just trying to manifest it, but it didn't work. What am I doing here? Okay. Here we are getting, we see bet the flop, we get raised in position, and now we get a turn bet. Not a super appealing spot to be in. There's not an awful lot of buffs that you can have, but having a king is quite good. I guess I block some of the bluffs that I can have, so it's like not an ideal spot to be in, but we'll see. I'm going to fold here, I think. That's kind of gross. I feel like I have an indifferent hand here. I'm actually going to call. Not super thrilled versus this guy, but I think we just call and hate life a little bit. Yeah. Like on average that spot is slightly over bluffed. Here it's kind of tough because there's not an awful lot of bluffs. I block some of them. Yeah. This guy is kind of nitty though. No offense if you're watching the stream. But that's basically how I've tagged him. My tagging might not be correct there, I'm not sure, but... You're welcome, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate the kind words. So here I opened, and this guy's somewhat aggressive, so I'm going to bet here, expecting this guy to check raise me sufficiently. And maybe overdo it a bit. Thanks for the kind words, CNC. Unfortunately, we're down a little bit because this dude took some money from me. But that's how it goes. Bit of a thin 3-bet here, but recreational, so should be fine. Good block bet here, good check. What did I do? I forgot, like I heard something, I thought, okay, getting half of that is not ideal. He's going to have a fair amount of ace-x, like random ace-10 offsuit that he's calling pre-flop, that he shouldn't. Sweet dude has it, knew it. I'm going to fold here. Like the problem on it actually like this is that he's going to, like I said, have hands like ace-10 offsuit that he shouldn't have. Because it seems like a good hand, so I think, yeah, and then other hands are going to be somewhat tough to bluff, so I'm just going to call when I've got an ace, and I potentially dominate his value betting range, or at least I block his value betting range a lot better. Sweet dude is cold calling me in position here. Let's see if we can take our money back. There's not a lot of like betting like this. Like I don't think there's a ton of king X that is going to. Yeah, this doesn't make an awful lot of sense. Like he's going to have some king X that's cold calling, I guess, but like this is mostly going to be some random pocket pair that wants the protection bet. Here I'm going to go pot because that's basically the sizing that you use on the double pair texture, I think. Like your value wants to go slightly smaller. I would be betting like a king, like a decent king, king jack plus for the sizing. I had to show like a card to save some of my ego. Playing heads up on another table, which I don't know how to do. So like I'm in this spot right now. I'm facing a 3-bet. I used one timing card because I have no idea if this is calling, what the threshold for calling is. It's like queen 7 suited, queen 8 suited. Maybe this is just defending though, who knows. Maybe I'm overfolding there. I have like 0 hours studied in heads up, or maybe like an hour or something like that. We got a 4-bet, I'm just going to rip. Okay. I think it's the second time in a row that I'm 3-betting him. Am I not? Yeah, this is the second time in a row that I'm 3-betting him, so you might read into it and just go a little bit too wide. Also, pocket tens is fine. He did not go too wide. Ah, that's sad. Well, like let's drop at least 3 aces on the board. 3 aces, just exactly 3 aces, that would be sick. Okay, 2 more. Ah, so sad. Then a 10. Let's do a 10. Unfortunately, we do not win neither a jackpot nor a split pot. I have no idea what sizing I should be going here, heads up. So we're just going to wing it and basically go with something like pot and check. which probably is going to be fine on a texture like this. And then my hand wants to check reasonably often. I probably will need to check something like 10-4 suited as well. Pocket aces, pocket kings, I will have to check reasonably often. So in that sense, I think I have a pretty decent understanding of, like, I won't make any major mistakes, I would guess, but who knows. Maybe I would need to bet something like Jack 9 with the King of Hearts, sorry, with the Jack of Hearts. Tempting to start value betting now. I think I'm going to. Like, this is close, but this should be okay. Going to try to leave the table. Can we? No, okay. Kinda hungry as well. We're going to 4-bet. Like, we're going to go to the tens again. If I have to do this 20 times, I'm just going to do 20 times. Lose all 20. Why don't you play on coin poker? They didn't offer me a deal. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm in the Netherlands, and playing on coin poker would be illegal, which in itself, like, you don't get punished for it. So it's one of those things where you'd be doing something that's not okay, but yeah, like, that ends. I'm not advocating for that, but like, that in itself is not the problem. The problem is that the tax situation is then going to be very, very weird, where you'd have to pay tax. Let me just go and. Why did I? Let me just put this in. Sorry, so the tax situation is just really shitty. I know that there's Dutch players playing on coin poker from the Netherlands. Like, you don't pay tax on GG, but you would need to pay tax on coin poker. It's just kind of a weird situation to be in. I think we just raise here. And I feel like this is one of those days where I'm getting called every time I have it and I don't have it, sorry. What the fuck does he do then? Like, he leads small on the turn, like, just makes 0 sense. Also, like, yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's go over this hand real quick. So, like, I'm not going to go out of my way to find bluffs here, but he's leading in a spot where he shouldn't really have leads. I'm just going to bluff hands that I think are okay to bluff. That's basically Yeah. I think he played it quite poorly, but maybe he misclicked on the turn with the lead. Who knows? My guess is that Doc Polk had like a different rake structure, so like that when it comes to the heads up stuff CNC. So that is something that is going to be noteworthy, but I have no idea. I'm going to go ahead. This would be somewhat of a lead. But not in heads up, I guess. This is not a lead in heads up. This doesn't make any sense in heads up. This is a lead in 6 max when you're in a tight formation. And also not necessarily for overbet, but it's fine. Like you can put it in. Dear Lord. Okay, we got like a table here. It's like not the greatest session right now. We're just going to fold, I guess. Like, are we going to fold? Yeah, probably this is like better than my hand, pretty much always. I guess if my draw was nutted, you might want to argue that you'd need to call, but even then it's probably pretty grim. Not an awful lot we can do though. We got this guy down with top pair and a blind v blind situation. We had tens versus jacks heads up. And then some other smaller pots I lost. I guess I'm like down to 2-3 buy-ins, but yeah, that's life. I'm going to call here. Could think about raising as well. But probably if I've got Jack 10 or something like that, I think here it's a bit too weak. But and then I just prefer to. I don't think I can get for bet for value. I think it will be too thin. Yeah. Three betting recreational here. Let's try to win a larger pot. Like sometimes you have these sessions, like this might be today, where you gotta minimize the risk or like minimize the losses. You gotta do what you can to climb back. I'm going to barrel here. Okay, I was going to say if he shoves, it's going to be gross. It's a weird run out, I guess. Like, what can he have? The occasional queen, potentially. Maybe a flush, but he called the turn quite quickly, so feels like not a flush. Feels like some pocket eights type hand or something like that with a club, maybe. I don't know. Like, we block obviously a queen, so it's really hard for him to have a queen. So something like pocket tens with a club, pocket eights with a club could make some sense, especially in combination with a quick check call there. While you are here, any of you, might I ask you to subscribe if you haven't already? We got just over 5k subscribers and I want to get to 10k at some point. Let's see, how many do we have? 5.06k. Might start making some new videos. Not entirely sure yet. I wanna traffic source. Does that work? So let's see, so we started, I started making content roughly 1st of November, something like that. Okay, let me show you the graph. 1st of November, I guess. All right. Here we have the graph. I guess this is the amount of views, not the amount of subscribers. Is it not? Yeah, okay. Okay. It's kind of cool. You can see how well aligned it is with how many videos I've been making and stuff like that. So that's one. Dum dum dum. Okay, here we go. This is a graph. So started in 2024, got like a bunch of subscribers, then it slowed down a little bit, and then every now and then you have a viral video and it goes up again. Then I didn't do much. I just like played poker a lot in 2025 myself. Didn't focus too much on basically marketing because making videos was not my hobby necessarily. We'll go ahead and 4-bet here. Then in the summer I made some videos, and then earlier this year I made a few videos, and now I'm streaming a little bit. So this last section, wait, oh fuck, that's annoying. Wait, that's like a screen capturing. Yes, okay. Anyway, the last section is from streaming. So I guess like streaming is not the greatest way to get more subscribers, but anyway, we'll call here. Of course, I thought would be raising versus smaller. Please tell me, in what circumstances in 6 max would you 4-bet shove 100 big blinds deep? Well, mostly you're going to do it on impulse where you don't have to pay rake pre-flop. So on GG it doesn't really happen as much because the rake, you're going to pay the rake anyway. On PokerStars, for instance, you would want to 4-bet shove. And then sorry, like I lost my train of thought because I was reading what you're saying. So basically on GG it doesn't really happen because someone's 3-betting you, and then if you were to 4-bet shove and you get a fold, it would still rake the pre-flop pot. If you're on PokerStars, for instance, you wouldn't have to pay rake if there's no flop that has been dealt. So then if you shove and you get like 80% folds, then 80% of the times you don't pay rake, which is beneficial. On top of that, like if it was just that, probably the solver wouldn't do it, because then you'd get into situations where you'd, for instance, want to, I don't know, shove c-bet or something like that, or like, I don't know, raise significantly larger to prevent rake. It's also in order to make sure that you don't have an extreme amount of ace-king in your 4-betting range. Because if you have an extreme amount of ace-king in your 4-betting range, then you're going to hit ace or king high textures pretty hard and then miss other textures pretty hard. So like shoving some ace-king with some bluffs, sorry, with some other hands, like sometimes some queens, sometimes some kings, sometimes some other hands, is pretty good. We're going to go over bet and check here. Aces with a heart is going to be betting more often because you have more equity. I rolled quite low. It's close when I rolled this low. The subscriber graph is weird. Why would it spike and then come back down? It's like basically the amount of subscribers per day. So if you're consistently posting a lot, then you're getting more subscribers on that day. And then if you don't, if you're inactive, you don't get as many subscribers. Here we're going to squeeze. So the total subscribers accumulates. Guess I can maybe able to show you as well. Sure, channel analytics, subscribers. Let's just go with total subscribers or something like that. I don't think so. I don't think I can do that. Anyway, doesn't really matter. Like in the end, I don't have any control over it. No direct control, at least. This is kind of a fucking weird fucking hand where I squeezed and then everyone calls. I'm going to check back. I think... Or am I going to bet? I think I'm going to bet, actually. No, I'm going to check back. It's just annoying, but I feel like I gotta check back there. Like, I don't think anyone has jacks. Chances are quite small. Like, maybe either of the two recreationals might have it. But there could be plenty of sets, and I don't have any of the sets there, so I don't really want to... I don't really want to bet and then be in kind of an awkward situation. This is interesting. Like, why would this guy bet versus with two recreationals involved, right? There could be some pocket nines, there could be some pocket sixes in there, but it does not necessarily look good. I think we just call down. Then tread carefully. If he bets the river again, I'm just going to fold my pocket tens because I think it will always be stronger than pocket tens. Dude folds, yeah, I don't know, man. This could be pocket sevens, this could be pocket eights, this could be a five. All could be. I need to be correct 29% of the times here, and he's a recreational. And recreationals randomly spew. So like, I got a call here because this is sometimes going to be random king, jack of clubs or stuff like that. But yeah, it's... I'm still... Let's give him a nice hand. Like, well played. Yeah, you're still... These hands are still annoying, which is kind of funny, right? Like, zero control over this. It's going to be a profitable call. It's just like, yeah, what can we do? Dum. Dum. I could bet small. I could. Oh, doesn't really matter what I do. I'm going to bet. I gotta bet sometimes, check sometimes. No, I'm going to check this time, but I don't think it matters too much. With hearts, I'm not going to be bluffing here in the bet check bet line. Yeah. Going 3-bet here by recreational big blind, we need to be somewhat careful because it's going to be relatively strong range still, even by recreationals. But with King Jack suited, I think we can call. One-third bet. I'm guessing it's a recreational at least. Like, not entirely sure, but we'll see. We'll spike a clean queen of clubs on the turn. This is not really overfolded by recreationals. What can we do? So I'm just going to give up here, I think. Can't seem to win a hand this session. I mean, that's how it goes sometimes, but... I think I gotta mix all three options here. I'm just going to fold, I guess. All options are fine there. I rolled quite low. I was hoping that something like this would happen. I guess we gotta go right quite large. Like, what would we do with a king here? That's like something like 26. Win. Okay, that's good. Good luck. Actually, not good luck. Let me just win this one. I want the luck. No, we're just going to run it once and there's not going to be any heart on there. Okay, I can live with that. Okay. We're going to make a comeback. I feel it. I think I might crack open a beer. It is Friday after all. Not the best, but like it's not ideal. We get 3-bet here, and we are going to click call. 5's actually close. We probably should be folding this. Sometimes we rolled low. I wanted to call. Quite badly, but I can't call pure there. Like the reason I want to call is because I want to flop a set and get back to even. So like my monkey brain was telling me go for it. Do you ever cash out EV? No, I don't. There's costs involved, so like it would be like I might like there might be an exception. Like if I ever were to take a shot at 20k now or even higher, then I might. Even then, probably I wouldn't. Probably wouldn't take the shot if I wanted to get to that point. I played the Coin Poker World Championship in the past. I want to say it's like the end of 2024. And this is kind of a funny story. So they announced the World Championship, and in the announcement it says it's going to be 5,100. And I'm like, okay, that's quite high. But I'm sort of rolled for it. And I was playing quite a bit back then. So I was like, let me take a shot at 5,100. I saw some action and I tell myself, okay, I'm going to be playing I'm going to be taking a 5 buy-in shot, so 50k. And then part of this World Championship is that once a week there's going to be a game for the players that have made like the sickest bluff or whatever, something along those lines. Like there's basically an additional benefit to playing that, playing a lot of volume, and that is like you get to play the special game with a recreational and Tony G, or 2 recreationals depending on how you want to look at it. Anyway, like I apply, I get accepted, and I plan on playing some 5,100 whenever it's running. I make it into the draw for the first game, the first like recreational game, special game, and then on the day it's announced to me that we are playing not 5,100 but 100-200. I'm like, okay, that gives me 2.5 buy-ins. This sucks a little bit, but okay, what can we do? We are just going to be playing and yeah, like try to do our best. If we bust the 2.5 buy-ins, it's going to be fine. The table starts and immediately Tony's like, let's add another table. I'm like, okay, well, I can't do that. Like realistically, I can't because I won't be able to reload. And then after like a minute or so, Tony starts straddling. So he's like, let's all straddle. I'm like, okay, I don't really want to straddle. I'm like in contact with my contact at Coin Poker, saying like, I don't want to be a dick, but I've got like 50k in the account. I was taking a 5 buy-in shot at 5,100, but I don't want to straddle here. I want to give Tony action. I'm not like, I don't want to be like taking his money, but I didn't think this would be basically a 50, 100, 200 game. So no, actually not 100, 200, 400 game. I thought this would be 50, 100. So like now we're basically playing 40k now with 50 big blind stacks, and Tony's there, and I'm sort of feeling kind of pressured to take the shots. Dude says, okay, well, we'll wait. Like I'll try to have contact with Tony, and he's like, okay, please straddle. So I'm like, okay. Okay, whatever. I'm going to straddle. Like, I guess like I won't be a dick. Like, I don't want to. It comes across as really bad as well if I'm the only one that's not straddling. I'm going to straddle. If I bust my 50k in like a couple minutes, that would be really. This is also really annoying, but that would be as annoying as this. Maybe this is less annoying, but anyway. So I'm like, okay, doing it, but like the other guy who's supposed to be recreational, I'm guessing. He's somewhat well known, I think. I'm not sure what his name is, but like his name is something Bala. I think he's a friend of Nick Arbel. I can't remember, but anyway, he's supposed to be one of the recreationals. Let me check back here. He is not straddling either, and he's playing really, really tight. So like he's basically knitting it up, playing like a 17 V-pip, and just not straddling. So everyone's straddling except for this tighter recreational. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to straddle then either. Like I don't want to be a dick, but I don't feel like obliged anymore to straddle if not everyone is straddling. Anyway, I end up not straddling, and everyone's sort of okay with it because not everyone's straddling. And then I play a couple of pots that were like 40k or close to 40k. Tony bluffs me in one spot, and another spot where I feel like I have to call him, he value bets. I get owned. I guess in the chat he says something like "on your bike, son" or something like that. I was like trying to be nice and explain why I didn't want to straddle. He was like something along the lines of like "on your bike, thank you for the money," and I lose a fair bit, and then I lose a little bit later on in the challenge. I get sucked out on by Linus. Like an 80-20, I get sucked out on for 20k. So that was like kind of an experience. But yeah, like even in those instances, I didn't hit the EV cash out. So I guess I'm not really doing that, I guess. This is interesting. So we are going to fold here. I'm going to raise my pocket fours here. You want to raise these under pairs occasionally. Probably a bit more so with a heart, but sometimes it doesn't want a heart. I'm not good enough to understand why. Like we're going to check raise some Jack X, and this unblocks some of the c-bets that are going to fold, like random. I don't know, like ace 9 type hands. Also, this is going to be a pretty okay barrel on some runouts, because I guess not necessarily here, but like on some runouts you're going to have a decent barrel because all the other check raises make a hand, if that makes sense. I feel like we've been building quite a bit to get to where we are right now with like 65 viewers. Normally we've got around 100 right now, like 80 to 100, sometimes more. It's a bit annoying, but what can we do? If you're here and you haven't joined the Discord server, feel free to do that. There's a link in the description section. Every now and then I'm dropping some data stuff in there, or something that I find interesting, some books that I've read that I like. And currently there's more than 1,000 players that have joined you, that have, I guess not joined you, that have like joined before you hopefully are going to. Brown Baller, yeah, Brown Baller. That was the name. I'm going to go a bit bigger here because this is a recreational. I'll go 9 or something like that. Would have guessed he would have been calling too wide there, but apparently not. Are you into Formula 1? I'm not. I was into football, like European football, for quite a long time, but ever since I got into poker, that's basically been my main thing. So when I got into poker, I stopped watching football. Like this sounds like some sort of a commercial for a for some sort of a clinic to fight addiction. Ever since I got into poker, that's basically all that I've been thinking about, and I didn't really have a lot of other hobbies for the last, I don't know, decade or so. I'm kind of okay with that. Obviously I still follow football a little bit, so it's like not like I've got an anti-apathy, I'm not sure. Anyway, for sports in general or football specifically or whatever, like it's just that antipathy is I think what I meant. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, like so I follow it a little bit. I'm a fan of Ajax, which is like the biggest Dutch club, one would argue, although if there's some like other football fans from the Netherlands in the chat, then I'm sure that some would disagree, but like objectively it's probably the biggest club in the Netherlands. But yeah, like I said, like I've been mostly focused on poker. And besides poker, I like drinking beer. So yeah, those are my two hobbies. Like the drinking beer thing I try to do less now that I've got kids. But once a week I'll have a couple. And yeah. I'm going to call here. It's gross, but yeah. It's tempting to start raising here. I think this is quite often not a strong hand. Also, I don't think he's necessarily going to overfold. But I'm still going to raise. Seems like a reasonable... Oh wait, I thought he folded. I was so happy. I was like, ah, he folded. Insta calls. Like, I guess the problem here is that he's going to have a hand... Like, if I bet here, I don't think he's going to fold a pair as often as he should. Yeah, so I don't think I can get him to fold that, most likely. Like, that's a problem. Does anyone know Cashout EV big blind per 100 cost? I've heard it's 1 big blind per 100 or something, but it sounds too low intuitively. I have no idea. I have no idea what the costs are. But yeah, I don't know. Let me check. Like, the cost for EV cash outs in Hold'em are 1%. So you get the pot size. Let's say you're going all in. I wonder like how that works. Like, let's say you're at 200 big blinds. I guess you're paying 2 big blinds then. I don't think they probably are going to do it in a way where the costs are the maximum. So like when they say the costs are 1%, I'm guessing that's 1% of the total pot size. Which like for 2 big blinds is a lot. Like that's just kind of ridiculous. If you're doing it for every all-in, it's definitely more than 0.1 big blind per 100 hands. It's just going to be massive. Well, I'm not sure how often you get all in. I guess there's a way to calculate it if you'd want to. I don't think it's worth it though. Like, probably the best solution is just go and not do it, right? I think on iPoker someone mentioned that it's free. That might be an option as well. What kind of bankroll strategy do you suggest? I would... It depends on what you're playing. Like it's really hard to say. Like if you're playing tournaments, it's going to be different than cash games. If you're playing no limit hold'em, it's going to be different than a 6-card PLO. There's plenty of like, I guess like in the best answer that I can give is like find resources. Like basically, if you'd ask ChatGPT right now, I'm a no limit hold'em 6 max player and currently, no wait, say I don't want him to think that I'm actually a 6 max player. Say I'm a 6 max player, no limit hold'em, I'm at 25 and now I'm likely winning, although it's a small sample. What kind of bankroll management would you advise? I think you're going to get a reasonable answer, to be honest, because there's so many of these yeah, so it gives me a reasonable advice. We'll give up there, kind of. Actually, we'll leave this table. So so it says basically 40 buy-ins if you poker's your main income, 30 buy-ins if you have other income and can handle swings well, 50 plus buy-ins if you want to keep stress low. I think you want to go and actually probably go with somewhere between 30 and 40 buy-ins, and then play the best possible tables. Like, table selection much more important than bankroll management, although bankroll management, if you've got like a basic understanding of bankroll management, then just use that. Is this guy going to raise? No, okay. So like, I don't know, if I was playing 25 and all, I would be playing 25 and all from like $600 to $1,000 or something like that, and then slowly mix in higher stakes, but be very flexible. If there's barely any games running at the higher stake, it's like a Monday afternoon and the games are really dry, I would be playing more of the lower stake and would be kind of humble about it. If it's Saturday night and I'm like kind of close to my number of taking the shot, I might just take the shot if I see the tables are pretty good. I think Patrick Howard once said something along the lines of, if he thought something along the lines of, if he would build a bot to basically calculate the optimal number, then the bot would be taking very, very aggressive shots to maximize the EV. So, and intuitively that feels right. Like, if you'd want to maximize your EV, then probably taking a lot of very light shots is going to be a good strategy. But the reality is that it's probably not going to be for most humans long term. Because it's just like too tough to deal with, like having to move down from like, I don't know, I'm going to take my shot at 100 now, and tomorrow I might be playing 10 and 0. That might be tough. Yeah, Ajax is my favorite team in the Eredivisie. Again, going to go a bit bigger. We folded the other time, but yeah, we'll see. Could be better, could be worse. We're going to check back and then we'll take it from there. I think he's going to tell us a lot about his hand strength. Three quarters pulled quickly, not ideal, but we have a heart. Also, there's going to be some random noise in there, so we gotta. I think we don't gotta call, but I think we can call profitably here. It's not ideal. I think I'm going to call here versus half volt. I'm not super thrilled about it, but it feels like feels like kind of a weird line to take. Also, like, it's, I guess like the main point is it's a recreational. Recreationals are going to overbluff quite a bit. Yeah. I'm not doing an awful lot of folding versus recreationals in general. This is going to be close, check bet in this spot. On this texture, yeah, it's close. ChatGPT is an awful poker player, I agree. But like, if you let him do some things, it can do quite okay. Like some things like coming up with a bankroll strategy that's reasonable, especially if you ask it to do some research online, you'll have something that's reasonable. And with bankroll management, it's like come up with something reasonable and adjust based on your own risk tolerance is probably going to be a reasonable strategy. But yeah, like strategically, it doesn't really understand poker at all. So there you're good. Like don't ask it for poker advice. That's like actual poker advice, because it won't always fully comprehend the logical aspects of the game. Like I've been using AI to code a sort of a GTO trainer, and like it's been basically like I've been explaining to, I don't know, like my sister who doesn't know any poker, what the rules are. That's basically consistently what I'm doing. It's like, no, this is a pair texture. It is king high, you're right, but it's a pair texture because there's a pair on the board. And then like, this is not a flush, because for a flush we need to have exactly 5 cards and not 4 or less or whatever. Like stuff like that is consistently happening. I'm not sure what tag means. I don't need to call here, but I'm going to. For the sizing, it's pretty close. There's a larger sizing, 3/4 pot. I think I'm going to call now. Like I've got the best combo of ace queen to call because I unblock some of the ace four of hearts, ace deuce of hearts type hands that are going to raise larger. Also, I don't have a club in my hand, which is pretty good because in theory you should have some check raises like, I don't know, ace nine of clubs, jack nine of clubs, that kind of stuff. Now we just fold here. Do the 10-10 on king, queen, blah, blah, blah. Seemed like a trivial fold to me. That's fair. I can make a decent argument for it a bit later. Let me think, can I might be able to show you now. I can trying to think of like pulling up a screenshot from hand to notice considered. I'll do it at the end of the. I don't want to risk anything coming across as like I'm cheating or anything. But I've got screenshots of range composition in Notion, so I can basically show you the range composition of a recreational there, and then yeah, we can argue whether it's a reasonable call to make or not. I think in reality it will be relatively close. We need to be correct 25% of the time, so that's like the key point. 25% of the times or more. So if we call and we lose 70% of the times, exactly, then we make a profitable call there. It is a trivial fold in equilibrium. So like it's not a call in equilibrium. It's quite an over call. So like I'm calling more than, significantly more than equilibrium dictates that I need to call. But I think in reality it will be relatively close, like low EV call. But I could be wrong. We're going to jam, I think, on the flop here. Insta call can't be good. Kind of good. Could be worse. We want cash out. It is not my day. That's how it goes sometimes. Okay. I'm going to cheat a bit and bet 2-1. Right here, Jesus, get the hiccups. Because I expect this guy to be defending a lot. Okay, I think I'm going to wrap up. Take like a slightly early weekend here. Well, I guess I'm going to be streaming tomorrow, but okay, nice. I'll show you the data that we've got on that one spot where we called with pocket tens. And we'll look at like how much we're down, because we're down a fair bit, I think. Like a little over 3 buy-ins we're down. Which is not too surprising, it's just like happens, right? I'm going to be low frequency 4-bet with 9s. I'm not sure if it's 30, but let's go over 10%, that seems reasonable. Let me think about this. I think I'm going to overbet. This is a bit silly because I think he's checking back a bit too weak, but also he doesn't really have any hands that want to bet the turn, right? Like the hands that want to bet the turn that are checking back are 9x mostly. Maybe occasionally pocket aces, but that's going to call if I bet myself. There's going to be a ton of like random ace highs, maybe some weak 8x. Those will be checking back quite often on turn as well. So I think just betting myself is probably the most reasonable strategy. Okay, I can buy like 1k worth of bonus here with my jams. At least we'll have something. I'm not going to do that, but yeah, guess I'm going to wait till I've got 10k, which would be 10x what I've accumulated right now. Yeah, it's one of those things in the Netherlands, you just don't accumulate them at any meaningful rate, so I'm not even sure what I should be doing. Because I'll never get to, like, even if I were to play full time, I will never get to 50k or 100k. We are going to call here. Going to call sometimes, raise sometimes. I think mostly we will be raising here. But I'm going to call, like, let's say call 25% of the times or something like that. I'm going to be check raising some stuff like ace jack, king jack suited, ace queen occasionally, some low pocket pair occasionally. I call on the turn. I guess we're going to go and bet 40 here or something like that. Because we don't really have bluffs anymore, I guess we can just go small. We don't have as many king jack pre-flop as our opponent does though, so it's kind of a weird spot to be in. Okay. Cool. Let me close GG so I don't break any TOS. Alright, the hand where we had 10-10 on king, so queen 5x king. Let me show you the data that I've got here. So, first of all, we've got, this is the range composition on average. Let me see if I can I just like, okay. Not sure if you can see this. Wait, let me see if you can see this. No, you can't actually see it. Like, is it scene 4? No, is it this one? Yeah, okay. Here we have So on this is the average range, right? We are beating basically this section of the range. So that would be 5.9 plus 3.5 plus 3.9 plus 5.1 plus 7.9. 26%. We need to be correct 25%. We also beat some of these middle pairs, right? Because some of these middle pairs are going to be pocket pairs on that texture, like pocket nines. on king, queen, low, low, low. That would be considered a middle pair, according to the data here. So that's one. And then the other thing is, if we go to bet sizes, on average, when they bet half pot, there is 4 additional percent points compared to the average. So that would be 30%. Now, minus 30 plus 4. So I need to be correct 25% of the times. I am correct 30.3% of the times. Now I need to be taking into consideration that my blockers are not great, and that this texture is not ideal to call on. So whether it's a profitable call, it's actually pretty close, I think here. I think it's pretty close, and it depends a lot on this player's tendencies. He seemed kind of aggressive-ish, but it's close. I can't prove that it's profitable. Hard to say. But it's not a trivial fold, I guess, is what I'm saying. Recreationals tend to bluff quite a lot, and we need to be somewhat careful that we don't overfold massively. So here, wait, this is pool, this is bio. Okay. Do we have like any betting node? No, I don't think we have that. Yeah, like the sample that we have here is not ideal. It's like 420 hands, so it's kind of a small sample. But it's close. Like I can't prove that's profitable, I can't prove that it's not. Anyway, that's it for the stream. Sorry for like it being a kind of an annoying stream. And yeah, talk to you guys later.